All right, I think we're live, so let's do the much awaited video on the lake house. So the context is, this was a house that I was looking to buy before I moved into the one that I'm constantly complaining about. We'll do a video. I moved in here almost 3 years ago. May 24, 25 was the official date of purchase. Very close to that. I'll do a video finally on like the positives and everything, because it's really bitchy and whiny, and even for me it's just a little too much. I get that. There we go. So, but before that, a couple of years before that, I wanted to, I was looking at, I should buy a new house somewhere, let's change of pace, etc. And I looked at a house that I was like, oh wow, this is good. And there's one reason why I didn't buy it. One reason, right? The usual issues that we see with other houses, oh, the neighbors, oh boy, that's the wind. You know, that's kind of the same everywhere, where that you can already buy a house. But there was one big problem with this house, and we'll talk about it at the very end. We'll just look through it. This is a nice, I'm just making sure there's no children nearby because I'm out at the pool, right? So this was, yeah, this is house porn video, so we'll look at it, but we'll talk a little more deeply about these things, right? So this was the house, and it's a lake house. So on the other side of this 180 degrees is an actual lake, all right? And this is like on a peninsula of a peninsula in Lake Livingston, by the way, if you ever want to look it up. But look at that. You got a deck underneath. You got a big deck up there with the railing, but you got a deck underneath. That's awesome. So, you know, it's a normal little lot size, maybe, I don't know. I kind of looked it up. It's 4,000 is 5,000, 6,000 is what I have now. The old house that I moved out of 3 years ago was about 9,000 square feet. The lot size, right? It's somewhere around there. It's really not that, and we'll see that it's kind of crammed in, because a lot of the lake houses are, let's just make it, whatever. But that it looks great. You know, there's some positives to it, right? You got this. It's kind of built into a hillside. We'll see that later, right? So this, there we go. See, it's a lake. I told you, I wasn't lying. This is the only one that doesn't have a dock, right? You can see that those are all the neighbors' docks on the left, on the right. All right. Basically the same view, but oh, lots of trees. Look at that. So this is the kind of deck underneath the main deck. That's pretty cool. Like, it's nice and shaded. You know, you can be out there. It's, yeah, they just look kind of nice to me, right? Because it's built into the hillside, so they have the house, they don't have a separate level below, but they do have a deck below. And they kept the tree. Isn't that cool? It is. There we go, another view of the dock under the house, right? You can see there's no house there. It's above the whole thing. All right, main level, barbecue grill. They kept the tree, all right? View of the deck, and you can see the ocean, or not ocean, but the big lake, all right? More house. You know, you can see, I think that might be the property. On the right, you can see the fact that there's some road or gravel area. That could be the property line. I don't know for sure. You got, you know, you don't have to worry about erosion, right? They got something for that. And there you go. So this also shows the rest of the neighbors, right? There might be another neighbor on the left that has a little dock area, or that doesn't have a dock. I don't know if the neighbor on the, from what we see on the left, there's one dock over there. In fact, you know what? Let's show what we use here. Hold on. Brush. I don't know if this area, isn't that cool? I don't know if that's one property, or maybe there's like another property this way where you have property 1, property 2, and this is the property for sale. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what we got. So, oh boy. No boy. Oh boy, everything's going wrong again. Hold on. Yeah, because if you start, hold on. If you start with that, all right. Let's see here. We'll just edit this out. I don't know, maybe or maybe not. Just, all right. Because if you start with the first one, apparently you can't go back if you start with a later one in the series. That's fine. All right, so we did the drawing there, fantastic. So this is the next one. And you can see, again, it's kind of crammed in. You know, it's like, I don't want neighbors like this. I just want the whole lake to myself, right? Because reasons. But again, it's a nice enough place. And this is the drone footage, all right? You can see, look at that, beautiful. Again, showing the property lines there on overlay with the original picture. And you can see, yeah, it's kind of crammed in there, you know. On the, oh, do we have a brush tool again? Let's make use of this. That's the carport. There's no garage per se, it's a carport. So that's not the house. The house is over here. That's the house. All right. Another shot of things, I guess. All right. Soon I think we'll go inside the house. Are we going inside the house? No? Where are we? Why are there no shots inside the house? Hold on. All right. No clue what happened there. That's fine. Well, it's okay. It's all good. We're just, I don't know why it's skipping around. It's okay. So this is inside the house finally. And again, we can't go back, so that's fine. It's okay. So you have the kitchen up there on the top level, the sort of bottom level, so to speak. It is one house. You have the sort of living room area there, all right? Yeah, they just kind of built in washer dry there into a closet. You got a bedroom, okay? Now, I've mentioned this before, that a proper house requires a nice bathtub, and that even in some ritzy places, they've replaced the actual bathtub with just a big giant stand-in shower. I suspect that's exactly what happened here. They probably had a tub and they're like, oh, we'll remodel the bathroom. Oh, it's gonna look so awesome. But you don't have a bathtub anymore. It looks like it was a nice standard size small tub. I don't like those, but now you got nothing, right? I think I've looked at it before, but like the bigger tubs that are actually 6 foot long, that somebody, you know, not a midget size could actually fit into, those don't cost that much more. And you're not taking massive amounts of square footage away, so what's the problem, right? All right. I just don't understand this, you know? A big bathtub is perfect because you don't have to use it all the time. You can stand in it, you can take a shower. It's just if you need to take a nice warm bath, especially maybe overlooking the giant lake. This is hidden somewhere in the back of the house. Again, like, no thought goes into this. But this is not the reason I didn't buy it. Again, we're going to talk about that very last. Again, I don't mind a compact bathroom. You got a small sink. You got, first of all, vanity sinks in bathrooms. Again, we might have talked about this. It needs to be a deeper, like, garage utility sink. You can put a bucket in it. You know, these things, you can't even wash your hands in them. But again, these are minor things, whatever. I believe this might be the second bedroom, or this might be the same little closet door with the washer and dryer stacked on top of one another. I don't know. This could be another one, yeah, who knows? Or this, I don't know. This is the kitchen. The kitchen's okay. I mean, it's a full-size kitchen, meaning it has a proper-sized fridge. It's kind of an apartment-y kind of fridge freezer on top, everything on bottom. It's not big. It's fine. It's doable. I cook a lot. It'd be fine. You know, you got an island for the dishwasher on the left. In fact, let's waste time on this. There we go. On the left over there, we got a sink over here. There we go. And exo whatever over here. So, you know, this is adequate. I think I don't have the page anymore, or I could look it up, but I'm not going to do it now. There's enough Boomerteching for now. But this was maybe 700-800 square feet. It's not huge. I mean, compared to what, right? But it's compared to, you know, American numbers, it's really not huge. So you could have a bigger table there, whatever. I'm not a fan of kitchen islands, but okay, it's a separate topic for another day. It's a small kitchen anyway, so it's like fine, whatever. You know, I don't like to back and forth, you know, over the floor. We'll talk about my disdain for kitchen islands another time, but it's fine. It's fine for this. You know, okay, another view of the same thing. Same thing. In fact, hold on. We'll talk, yeah. Well, maybe we'll get a better view of it, but I want to talk about how the design of the house, because it's sloped. Let's see here. So the roof is a bit sloped over here, right? If you're standing in the kitchen or you're in the dining room, you kind of have to look down to see the lake. And it's like, you guys could have raised this slope thing so that you have a full view of the whole lake. Like, come on, guys, right? You know, you have those A-frame type looking, I mean, they're not A-frames in the camping style, but it's the A-frame kind of housing where the front of the house looks out to a lake, you know. But it's obscured because all of this area right here, it's just either the sloping roof or it's the drywall for the roof going up, or the wall going up to the top roof, the real roof, right? Why? You could just make it all windows. You could see the beautiful lake like you saw on the deck. You don't have to go down to the living room area over here to see it. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this whole thing up here? Why? Right? Again, no thought goes into these things. Architects are people who don't live in houses. They live in like a hole in the ground, and then people are like, hey, troll who lives in the ground, make us houses even though you have apparently no experiences with them. I think that's what architects are. So anyways, let's move on to another picture. So that's another view of the kitchen. And you can see it's renovated. You know, obviously they put in some little backsplash to the island here, wood grain stuff. So, you know, they did remodel this. This was selling, I think, for $300,000. And a few years before it was selling for $200,000. So I don't know if somebody was flipping it. And this was like in 2017, 18. So I don't know if they sold it for $200,000 and then somebody else was trying to flip it. I think the real amount that it was selling for was like $250,000, somewhere around. It did not sell for the list price of $300,000. I don't remember what it was, and there were some other weird details there, but that's the sort of thing, you know. Which, you know, if you're living here full time or you have the money for a second lake house or something, it's not that much, you know, these days. Okay, more kitchen stuff. I don't know why they're continually, you know, taking pictures of the kitchen. Like, we get it, you know. Okay, we get the kitchen, we get it. It's a lake house. That's not really the selling point. You got a full kitchen. We saw it the first 3 images. Thank you. So, okay, this is, okay, an even better point of it is probably someone is kind of crouching down on the top level. And that's my point, is you can't really see the lake from here. And again, the lake's in front of you. So what's up with, you know, the sloped roof over here, right? Like, come on, guys, just raise it, put a couple extra windows there, and then you can see the whole thing. I don't get it. Yep. There we go. This is probably taken from the stairs to the living room below, but again, you can see the lake out there. It's kind of whited out because of the contrast, but that's all the lake. Beautiful view, and let's have a nice sloping roof to obscure all that. Brilliant. Okay, that's pretty okay, fine, fine, fine. This is the carport I was mentioning earlier. That's the house on the center right over there. From the street, the house, and I think we're back. I think we've seen these before. Yeah, I think we have. All right, so I think we've seen all the pictures, and yeah, so the reason I did not move out here, because all the deficits of, okay, the lake view is kind of obscured upstairs, and okay, that's kind of stupid. Why would they do that? The main issue was, okay, where do I swim? Now you could say, okay, there's like a giant lake there, but again, it's Houston. It's not that hot in the winters. You know, these lakes are going to be reaching 50, 60 degrees. If it's not 85 or 80, I don't want to swim, sorry. Like, it's just not comfortable, right? It's not fun to lounge around in. And I hope that wind is not being picked up too much, because boy, you know. But my point is, what's my point? Is where do you swim? You know, because I'm currently, you know, at a swimming pool area, and they didn't have anything nearby that was a swimming pool area. All right, they didn't have a gym with a nice pool. They had one of those like city kind of pools, but oh, that's open from, you know, Labor Day to Memorial Day, or the other way around, or whatever. It's open in the summers, and it's like, well, that's nice. And then, you know, I mean, in the summers, if you really pressed me, I could swim in the actual lake in front of me right there, right? In the winters, when it's 45 degrees, 50 degrees, sometimes 30, where do I swim? Huh? Why can't we make an outdoor pool that's year-round, right? And if you look at the property, you couldn't put it on that property because everything's kind of crammed together, kind of like in the suburbs, where there's really no place to put it, all right? You could put it, let's go back here. You can't put it there because that's probably like a floodplain anyways. There's probably not enough space to put it left to right because the property's not that big, right? Maybe you could get away with it. And then on the top with the carport, see, not enough space, probably not enough space. And yeah, there's not enough space there definitely to put it. So it's like, I do need to swim. You know, and that's the irony of it is that year-round swimming, I'm going to do a video about my history with swimming, including the time I almost ended up, it's fine. We'll do another video about my history with swimming. I really didn't like it for a while. I quit, and then it's like, nah, I gotta have it, you know? I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. It doesn't even have to be, you know, doing any kind of, we'll get into that. It doesn't have to be lap swimming every day, right? But it's got to be something. And yeah, pool's just a great place. You know, you can sit out there as long as there's no leaf blowers. And again, that's the other issue, is you're still kind of crammed in with other people, right? It still is. Come on now. Yeah, it still is a little too close, and, you know, if there's no homeowners association that's going to actually talk about leaf blowers and only obsess about clotheslines or something, you know, then you're going to have the same issue as everywhere else. And, man, look at these people over here. They're really just living it up over here with their, they got a double-decker down over here. So you got the over here, the D and D. You got a bigger house over here. And this does not, you know, what is going on with, let's see here. What's going on with the, what's with this? Is there some house over here? Question mark. Because this is, this double looking thing here, that looks like it's this, right? The double is this thing? Who knows? Let's zoom out. Oh. Yeah, the big house. Oh. The big house is this deck over here, and then this double thing might be this. And then question mark, who is this? Who knows? But that's really it, is despite all the imperfections in the home, and you know, there's no big bathtub, which is like, come on guys, come on, right? There's no bathtubs of any size, right? It's just the usual, oh, let's convert it and pretend this is a locker room gym. Why would we want to do that, right? Have a bathtub. It's okay. You know, I've actually Googled this before. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to put a bathtub in my house. The resale value. It's like, but you're going to be living here. You're not flipping it, like, immediately. And presumably somebody wants to take a bath sometime, or they have a dog or a small child. Just even for that, they would want a bathtub, right? I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating, but again, it's the lack of pool in the area, a year-round pool. And that'll be the next video. Maybe we'll do some more beer reviews for Beer Salona indulgences, but I think that's it for now. You know, I think I got my points across, and yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, signing off, and